I know Drew Brees and his family and the kids are extremely happy. It's about time. He announced yesterday that he was going to retire because he had something else better to do, which is go be with his family as well as join NBC and work in television and now have an opinion
that money
based
must
on
be good.
what everybody else says. What you say?
That money must be good.
You know me, man.
I know you're not getting into people's bags. I know. I'm just calling it for where it is. Though.
Of course.
But it takes legitimate money to walk away from the opportunity to potentially win a Super Bowl.
That's my question for both of you guys is that, all right, you got the ring, obviously. He's had a tremendous run. He'll be in Canton. There's no doubt about that. I mean, 15 years with the Saints. You know, the tweet that the Saints put out, I thought was terrific. Came to us at our lowest point, took us to our highest point.
Man, it reminds me of Miami every time that happens. I'm like Nick Saban. Just make the – don't you trade it for Dante Culpepper. Like
at the time.
How about the draft that the Chargers had when they drafted Brees and then LT?
Yeah, that was
like
a good
first and second round. That's a hell of a first two rounds, right?
They did a really good
job. But for Brees, like this was time, right? Was it time, or did you feel like, you wanted to see a little more out of him? Did he have anything left in the tank?
I'm happy for Drew. I am, because look, this pandemic, spending time with my daughter has been amazing. I can't imagine what it's like to have your kids and now wake up every morning to be with them, and that's the most fulfilling thing in life. But there's also part of me, like, I didn't want to see Drew Brees go out this way. Like, it's as a fan, it was maybe more so the history, right? Mm-hmm. The PI call, all the things that have happened against the Saints. And this image, maybe just because I'm competitive, and I know Drew Brees is extremely competitive. I'm not saying he's not. But this whole image of Drew Brees on the field with Tom Brady after they just lost to the Bucs, and Tom Brady's throwing to his kids, and everybody's like, that's just me. I know it may not be other people. Oh, look, this is so great. What a way to... I'm like, no, Drew.
Yeah.
Don't go out like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see you go out. Like, they are primed to win a Super Bowl, and I just wonder if he didn't have that rib injury, would it have been different for them? And now I feel like I'm going to wonder more so what if for a lot of things for Drew Brees than claiming that he got a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
I do.
He did get a Super Bowl ring, but there's a lot more what ifs to that story for me.
Well, there's a lot, Alan, that's there, right? They've lost several years in a row in the playoffs. Did New Orleans won the first Super Bowl, but did the New Orleans Saints get as much out of Drew Brees as possible?
It's almost like Kentucky basketball
they come up
to a degree.
Short
Key.
one too many times. And when you say, if he should have walked away, it's almost like I look at Drew Brees as a progress stopper. What I mean by that is there's people behind you that it's their time. Mm-hmm. It's Jameis Winston's time. The New Orleans Saints may be a better football team. You got to follow me here closely. They may be a better football team with Jameis Winston quarterbacking them moving forward than an aging guy like Drew Brees. You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I don't know how many people right now are staring at the radio or the television
I get
saying,
it. I get
what?
it. I get it.
Because
I totally
one guy is proven.
I get it.
And before the rib injury, had this offense
I get it.
Humming.
But he's been often hurt.
Yes.
The rib injury, well, he didn't really have the offense humming prior to the injury. He was kind of clunking along. I mean, you can go back to the Raider game. He was missing Michael Thomas in that game. He kind of didn't play as well as he should have.
But didn't they get I thought they would. I know early on that was the case, especially early against Tampa. But didn't they? It was just before the injuries when they really started getting it going. Well,
they kind of was a playoff type team that was there. But I think when you look at it, there's a guy that I think at Jameis Winston that they like a lot, and they feel like he could potentially be the future at quarterback. How much longer does he have to wait behind Drew Brees? What if Drew Brees comes back and he's not the same? Now you're kind of slowing the growth down of Jameis Winston. And I know 30 interceptions, a number of fumbles, crab cakes, all this sort of stuff that people think about.
That's also with no risk it, no biscuit. We know that.
If you just watch some of the clips of Jameis, whether it's in practice, whether it's the game that he came in when Drew was out, and you just watch his mechanics, he looks a lot different to me in my eyes than he did in Tampa Bay in terms of his back foot hitting, ripping the ball, being able to slide into the pocket. He just feels comfortable. Mm-hmm. And I think they really like him.
I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Jameis Winston because the Saints are built to win it.
Yeah.
So, yes, you've had time off, but now you're coming back into the Lions den, and how will you answer the bell? That's going to be really, that's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. Exactly.
Those are big shoes to fill.
Huge shoes to fill.
The guy is a legend there, and you're stepping in, and we are still in winning time, and if you're the reason we don't win, that's a lot of pressure.
And, Alan, I'll tell you this. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You know, a lot of Saints fans are still talking to me. Look what the mayor said. Hey, Sierra.
Yeah.
Hey, Russell. Like, we could be available for you, too. So
Yes.
I'm not saying they have room to actually get that done, Key, but that just puts all this extra pressure on Jameis, kind of leading into a team that is turnkey, ready to win the Super Bowl.
The mayor said what she said. There's no question about it. But she also doesn't understand or doesn't have any intimate knowledge, so to speak, about what the New Orleans Saints were thinking about at quarterback.
I hear what you're
She's
saying.
talking from a fan's perspective, which is we don't have a quarterback. Hey, who's available? Opposed to really knowing that they like Jameis Winston. But what I would say about the pressure in New Orleans is a black city. They will embrace him at the quarterback spot. If he was in some other place, pick and choose, replacing a legend like that, it would be a different type of.
Let me think about a reference.
I mean,
I'm serious.
No, I'm like,
throw a team out there.
No, I'm not.
Is that Boston? Like,
No,
I'm just asking. I don't know.
No, I'm not necessarily referring to
I didn't know
Boston. We're going to talk about the New England Patriots later on in the show. I'm just talking about when you in a town in a city like that, they're going to wrap their arms around you to bring things forward. That's just the reality of it. And so for him, he's going to have players around him that wants him to succeed, a head coach who wants him to succeed. That's why they signed him. They didn't sign him to be a failure. They signed him to succeed. And you say it's a lot of pressure. Yes, pressure, because they are a team that's built right now. But he doesn't have to do everything. He just needs to not screw it up. That's all. That's it.
That's a lot, though.
Yeah.
Everybody
that's a lot, though. You're first year under center for a while.
But the coach can help you do that.
No, I'm not saying that.
Not dropping you back 50 times a game. Not giving you hard throws that you can't make.
Downfield.
You do the things that particular player can do, and you do it well. That's what you do.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.